Welcome to the Dinosaur Review for Kids podcast, a show all about reviewing dinosaurs on a scale of 1 to 10 fossils before only the elite terrible lizards make it into the prehistoric cage match. This program is presented by the Stomp Chomp Roar Company and can be heard within all the rock layers across the planet. Grab your dinosaurs and your official scorecard because it's now time to dig for dinosaurs. Here's your Mesozoic host, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony.
Howdy all my junior paleontologists, and welcome to the Dinosaur Review for Kids Rodeo! Yeehaw! Now this is your prehistoric cowboy, Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, and it's almost time to start riding some bulls! What? Did you guys just call me a rodeo clown? I'm not a clown. Do you guys see a red nose on my face? I haven't been a clown since the Halloween of 1994. Now today I'm all decked out in my cowboy hat and my country button-up. I am ready for the Dinosaur Review for Kids Rodeo. Now have you guys all been to a rodeo before? It's a pretty common thing here in the Midwest, here in Omaha, Nebraska, where Dinosaur Ranger Anthony lives. And here in Omaha, we have something called the River City Rodeo, and it's the last weekend of September every year. I can even remember it from when I was a little boy, all the way back in elementary school. We'd have a spirit week, kind of in honor of the rodeo. It was tons of fun, you guys. Now, for those of you that might not know what a rodeo is a sporting event that includes all kinds of riding and roping events that come from the everyday skills of the American cowboy. But you guys, before we saddle on up for today's review, let's update you guys on some Dinopreneur news. Now everybody, there is only 3 days left, including today, to submit your entry for the Stomp Chomp Roar Dinosaur Awards. Entries must be submitted by this Friday, September 30th, 2022, and it's very simple. If you love dinosaurs, then submit a photo of you and your dinosaur collection and answer one simple question: why do you love dinosaurs more than anyone else in this world? I've received 12 awesome pictures, you guys. It is going to be so hard to pick the number one winner. I do have 3 winners. 3 lucky junior paleontologists will win a prize from the Stomp Chomp Roar Company, and the first place winner will win the Stomp Chomp Roar trophy and get all the gold. Yeehaw! Now, you guys, to learn more about this, you can go to my Facebook page. Just search Stomp Chomp Roar on Facebook, or head on over to my website. That's stompchomproar.com/awards. Now, are you guys ready for National Fossil Day? What? You haven't heard about National Fossil Day? Well, this event is going to be on Wednesday, October 12th, 2022, and I'll be doing a Facebook Live where you can come on and learn how to make your own fossil at your home from the comfort of your own kitchen. You can become and make your own fossil. You'll need a few things, maybe some flour, some salt, and a little bit of water, and I'll teach you guys all how to make your very own fossil on National Fossil Day. Now, I'll be posting this event here on Facebook in the next day or two, so go ahead and head over to my Facebook to like my page, follow my page, Stomp Chomp Roar, and you'll be able to see all kinds of amazing posts I do every day, and you'll find out more information about the National Fossil Day event on Wednesday, October 12th. Now, everybody, Halloween is just over a month away, and I'm taking my Halloween fossil cart show virtually. That's right, you can see the mad paleontologist and his exploding pumpkin volcano from anywhere in the world. If you'd like to join this Halloween themed virtual lesson, just go to outschool.com. I have 10 shows scheduled over the month of October that brings my virtual Halloween fossil show straight to your computer, where you can interact with me, Anthony the Mad Paleontologist. Now just search for the Halloween and Dinosaur Show on outschool.com. Now, you guys, let's go ahead and give a few shout-outs before today's rodeo. Rope them bulls. Let's go for our bull ride and get 8 seconds. But a few shout-outs first. Everybody, shout out to Fremont and Arlington, Nebraska. Last Wednesday, I did another one of my famous dinosaur road trips. And I went to Fremont, Nebraska, about a half-hour away. And then after I left Fremont, I went to Arlington. Had so much fun at 3 daycares, you guys. So shout out to Pearl Academy, shout out to Fremont Children's Academy, and shout out to the Education Explorers. I had so much fun in each and every one of your child care's preschools. Your kids were great. I just had a warm welcome, a country Nebraska warm welcome from each of those child care centers, and I can't thank them enough for bringing me along on my dinosaur road trip. It was just so much fun. Now, last Friday, I also visited the Hamilton Heights on Taylor Street here in Omaha, Nebraska. Had so much fun interacting with all those kiddos, teaching them about prehistoric life, all kinds of dinosaurs. It was just tons of fun. Now, this Wednesday, you guys, tomorrow, the day after I get done recording this podcast, I'm doing a Lincoln road trip. So I'm going to the state capital of Lincoln, of Nebraska, and that is Lincoln, Nebraska, and that is where the Cornhuskers play. So I'll make sure to drive by Morrill Hall on the way to Primrose School of Wilderness Hills and Little Stars CDC. I'm going to have so much fun teaching your kiddos, your students, your junior paleontologist all about dinosaurs. Paleo is super excited to meet all you guys out there in Lincoln, Nebraska. Now, also a shout out to Vala's Pumpkin Patch. You guys, this last weekend, I went out and did 6 shows out there at Vala's, and it was just fantastic. It was so much fun, you guys. It was a beautiful weekend. I had so much fun out there at Vala's. I did 3 shows on Saturday, 3 shows on Sunday. So many families came out to see me. It was just tons of fun. I can't thank everybody enough for coming and seeing my show on the Howl at the Moon stage, and for the Vala family for bringing me to their pumpkin patch. It is honestly one of the highlights of my year so far. Just tons of fun, an awesome venue to bring my dinosaur show to. Well, you guys, let's go ahead and grab our boots, our hats, and giddy up, because this isn't our first rodeo. I mean review. Make sure to grab your official Dinosaur Review for Kids scorecard and saddle on up. This prehistoric bull is going to give us a tough ride. Here we go, my junior paleontologists. Today we're riding the Carnotaurus. That's right, the Carnotaurus, one of the most famous of the carnivore dinosaurs, and it is just a huge theropod creature. Its name means the meat-eating bull. That's right, that's why we're riding this dinosaur today for the Dinosaur Review for Kids Rodeo, because the Carnotaurus means the meat-eating bull. It is going to be the ride of a lifetime. This bull is going to give us a crazy ride. So the Carnotaurus, you guys, is a Saurischian dinosaur. Those are the lizard-hipped dinosaurs. And then, like I mentioned, it falls into that theropod family. The Carnotaurus is a theropod. Those are the bipedal, which means they're walking on 2 legs. Carnivores. They're eating all kinds of meat with those big, gigantic teeth. And then our Carnotaurus falls into that Abelisaurids family. So that is a little bit about the dinosaur order of our Carnotaurus, or the meat-eating bull. Now, how big was this theropod? How big was the Carnotaurus? Well, this one, everybody, the Carnotaurus is up to 30 feet long, or 9 meters, up to 10 feet high, or 3 meters, and can weigh up to around 3,000 pounds. So 30 feet long, 10 feet high, 3,000 pounds. This is a very large but lightly built theropod. They have those hollow, lightweight bones that make them very lightweight, even though they have a ginormous size. Now, the T-Rex, if you can remember, is about 40 feet long, the size of a school bus. So our Carnotaurus is about 10 feet shorter than our mighty tiny tyrant lizard king. Now, how fast was the Carnotaurus? You guys, this one is sometimes called the cheetah of the Cretaceous. That's right, the Carnotaurus is very fast for its body size. I found estimates from 30 to 35 miles per hour. They're walking on that bipedal stance, running on two legs, very great speeds. The T-Rex is gigantic. They believe it can run up to maybe 20 miles per hour, probably closer to 18 miles per hour. So our Carnotaurus easily going 10, 15 miles per hour faster than the mighty tyrant lizard king, the T-Rex. Our Carnotaurus is really going to give us a rough ride. It's the cheetah of the Cretaceous, or the meat-eating bull of the Cretaceous period. Very fast for its class of those large theropod dinosaurs. Now, what weapons, defense, or other characteristics does this meat-eating bull have? The Carnotaurus, everyone, has a their skull is very thin compared to our tyrant's lizard king. It's very thin. It almost looks like it kind of got squished a little bit, like a pancake. So it's very thin. It's about 23 inches, 24 inches, 2 feet long skull with around 50 sharp teeth. Now the T-Rex, its skull is 5 feet long. This one only about 2 feet long. So it is a lot smaller of a skull, and it's very thin. Like I said, it's almost like it got crushed inside a little bit, kind of like a pancake or something. Now they have 6-inch cone-shaped horns above the eye, and that I believe is one of their best characteristics, what they're really known for. Gives them somewhat of that bull look. They're the meat-eating bull. So they have 6-inch cone-shaped horns, 2 of them, one above each eye, and they're solid bone. They're not hollow. They would have been able to do all kinds of damage if they were really lowering their heads and charging at all kinds of animals. Now the horns were covered in what is called keratin, and that is like our fingernails. So the horn, the bone of the horn we find within the fossils, but then on top of that bone would have been like keratin from our fingernails, making it very sharp and maybe even longer than 6 inches. There's some theories out there that they could grow ginormous horns, just like a big bull. That would be totally crazy. Now the horns, what are they used for? We believe maybe a little bit for display, maybe attracting a mate, maybe to be able to tell each other apart a little bit. What about a weapon? Maybe they're using them to fight other dinosaurs, getting all kinds of prey, attacking the herbivores, or maybe even something we call butting. And that's like when two bison are hitting their heads against each other. So maybe the Carnotaurus, the meat-eating bull, could butt heads together, and the leader, the male, can become the leader of the area. That can be their territory, or maybe they're fighting for a mate, a female Carnotaurus. So that's a little bit about the horns, display, weapons, or maybe even a little bit of butting. Now they have a weak bite force compared to the T-Rex, the other type of theropod, but their bite is very fast. They've got more of a slender skull, slender jaw. That's going to allow them to shut their jaw a lot quicker compared to our T-Rex. T-Rex has a large bite force. Carnotaurus is going to be able to slam their jaws shut a lot quicker. Now you guys, they have a strong neck muscles. Their neck is very strong, and that's helping support their head, support those jaw muscles, and that's what's also giving a little bit of a theory to maybe their horns were a lot bigger than 6 inches, and their neck is helping support the horns above their eyes. Now they have small arms. If you look at this toy right here, or maybe the toy you have at your house, the Carnotaurus has very, very tiny arms. They had no use whatsoever. The fingers were fused, and they had no claws. No claws. The fingers are like fused or webbed together, and their arms are very small. They believe that if they would have kept going on and on throughout time, that maybe the arms would have disappeared altogether, and they would have had no arms. Wouldn't that be crazy to see the theropod without any arms? That would just be nuts. Now they have long, sleek legs, and remember, they're the cheetah of the Cretaceous period. So those long, sleek legs are helping them get to those speeds up to maybe 30 to 35 miles per hour. Now they even find preserved skin and somewhat of a scaly skin from our Carnotaurus. So this one, we don't find evidence of feathers. We don't really find evidence of feathers on the large theropods, only on the smaller theropods. So the Carnotaurus had more of a scaly-like skin that we find in the fossil record. The Carnotaurus would have been the apex predator of its time, you guys. It didn't have any large theropods to compete with for all kinds of prey that it might have been hunting. Now they have forward-facing eyes, so they're looking straight forward just like you and me, and that's helping them hunt all throughout the lands they're living in. Maybe they're hunting for all kinds of food, using those horns to bear down and ram and hit something with. But I think they're probably a little bit more for display, maybe even attracting a mate. And our Carnotaurus is the only theropod with true horns. These are true horns on its head that it would have used for all kinds of things, like I mentioned, display, weapon, or even a little bit of interspecies combat. Now, where did this dinosaur, the Carnotaurus, live, and how long did this species live during the awesome Mesozoic era? So our Carnotaurus, everyone, is coming in at about 72 to 69 million years ago during the late Cretaceous period. That's what gives its name the cheetah of the Cretaceous. They're living during the Cretaceous period. And the fossils of our Carnotaurus come from one, that's right, only one well-preserved fossil that was found down in Argentina of South America. So this fossil is very well preserved. They find a lot of the bones of the specimen, of this single specimen, and that helps give us more details of what this dinosaur would have looked like. It made it a theropod. Those bipedal carnivores, we got their teeth, their horns, their skull. We can see the development of those tiny little arms that had no uses at all. Now, the Carnotaurus was found back in 1984, and that was the year my very first car was made. I had a Ford Bronco, so how fitting. I had a Bronco. We're at the rodeo right now. But back to our Carnotaurus, it was found back in 1984 and named in 1985 by Jose F. Bonaparte. So awesome paleontologist that named our Carnotaurus the meat-eating bull. So you guys, a quick recap about our Carnotaurus today, everyone. Our Carnotaurus is a theropod. They're walking on two legs. They're eating all kinds of meat. They're very large but lightly built, hollow, lightweight bones, up to 30 feet in length, so a little bit smaller than a school bus, up to 10 feet high, and could weigh around 3,000 pounds. They're very fast for their size, 30 to 35 miles per hour. The cheetah of the Cretaceous period. They have a very thin 2-foot skull with around 50 sharp teeth. They've got 6-inch cone-shaped horns above the eye, maybe used for display, weapons, or butting. They have a weak bite force, but they could shut their jaws, their teeth, rather quicker than our T-Rex theropod. They have a very strong neck muscle. They have small arms with no uses. Their fingers are fused, and they have no claws. Long, sleek legs, well-preserved skin, with those forward-facing eyes to be able to hunt all throughout the late Cretaceous period. Now, where are we going to rate or score our Carnotaurus today on our dinosaur review for Kids Rodeo? Yeehaw! Where are we going to put this meat-eating bull, you guys, that we're riding on today or reviewing today? So this size of a theropod, you guys, is easily going to get it into the 8s. But I, oddly enough, scored this one a little bit higher than like the Suchomimus and the Allosaurus, who could possibly be a little bit longer than the Carnotaurus. But I just love the speed of the Carnotaurus. I'm a runner. I love to run half marathons. So coming from another runner to a running dinosaur of a big size, that is tremendous. They would be able to catch probably anything within their environment they're living in down in South America. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give our Carnotaurus an 8.8, double eights. There we go, an 8.8 for our Carnotaurus, the meat-eating bull. Just an amazing score for our cheetah of the Cretaceous, the meat-eating bull. Man, oh man, what a strong bull, that meat-eating bull, the Carnotaurus. How did everybody do? Did you guys last 8 seconds or what? Now, would you go for a ride on a Carnotaurus? Would you be able to grip onto those horns and make sure to last at least 8 seconds for the Dinosaur Review for Kids Rodeo? You guys, that was just a wild ride, and that is just a crazy dinosaur, the Carnotaurus. Now, everyone, only 3 more species left before our next prehistoric cage match. Who do you think will enter the arena next? And all I know is our next cage match is going to be fought at the Pumpkin Patch Farm. That's right, because this episode, the next prehistoric cage match will be over October 26th, only a few days before Halloween, so we'll make sure to have this battle at an awesome Pumpkin Patch Farm. Now, before we go, you guys, a quick joke. What do you call a dinosaur who wears cowboy clothes? What do you call a dinosaur that wears cowboy clothes? How about ranch dressing? They're ranch dressing. Do you guys love ranch dressing? Do you love to dress like a rancher or a cowboy? Or do you like the salad dressing called ranch dressing? Well, you guys, I just love ranch dressing, the salad dressing. Do you guys love to dip your ranch in pizza? Or your pizza in ranch? I just love putting my pizza in all kinds of ranch. That is totally good. That sounds good right about now. Well, you guys, that's it for today. Just go ahead and call me the prehistoric cowboy, or if it was up to my junior ranger Reagan, she'd call us all fancy cowboys as she's spinning her toys up into the air. Well, you guys, remember, my name is Dinosaur Ranger Anthony, your prehistoric cowboy for today's podcast, all about the meat-eating bull, the Carnotaurus, and as always, keep digging for dinosaurs. Yeehaw!